Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I know I'm probably, I know I'm late on this episode. I should maybe did this in like August or like at some point in time during the summer. But anyways, no, overall, I wanted to do a story time on my first day of high school because I don't know why it's crazy. Like, I can remember that day so well, like, the whole day and things, but any other, like, I'm trying to think, like, no, because it was, I think, yeah, it was when I was in high school where they just have it where you're going to from like classroom. No, yeah, it was high school because I'm like middle school. I think they might have did something similar to it. But overall, no, high school, I like freshman year, like I remember that day well, but like junior or sophomore year, junior year, senior year, middle school, elementary, I don't remember no like first day of school things because it was probably just, us just running around having fun and stuff. But with high school, I imagine like, because that's your serious years. That's the years where like, all like grades and all points of times of your school life, it's gonna matter. But I feel like with high school it was like a tad bit more serious because it was like, this is it, unless you plan on going to college. But I'm like, even more so if you plan on going to college, like this is like the practice game to, like if we're talking sports, this is like the practice game. So for when, they need to see how good you are so they can determine like, okay, how good are you going to be for what, team you want to play on and stuff. And then the teams being like, you're going to be going to a community college or university or, whatever and stuff. But anyways, but no, like overall though, with my first day of school, I do remember it. And I guess like, I don't know. I guess like, this episode, like if you're switching schools and stuff, like I guess because I switched schools, but when I did that, I waited until like the school year had ended and then went to a different school. So I wasn't like one of those kids where it's like halfway during the school year, it's like I switched. I never got to experience that when I was in school, but no, I do remember like going to a new school and I was like, it was different. I should do a podcast episode on that and stuff, like going to a new school. But no, overall I wanted to talk on like the first day of school and what to expect, or first day of high school. All right, so yeah, I'm going to title the podcast episode that because I feel like that will definitely help out some middle schoolers out there and stuff. But no, so overall, first day of high school. So what did I overall do? First day of high school, I got lost. I'm not even gonna lie, cause like at the time, so before they did reconstruction to my high school, the high school was huge. Like it was maybe like 3-4 blocks. Like it was a pretty big high school. And your first time, I had been there before because my sister, she had also went to that same high school. So I remember I think it was my 6th grade year in middle school. I remember it was either my fifth grade year in elementary, or it was my 6th grade year in middle school. It was one of those 2 years because I remember it was I think my 6th grade year she graduated from high school. And I think it was one of those years where she took me with her and stuff to, I guess, like say hi to her friends. I didn't know anybody. I'm like, what am I doing? I ain't even supposed to be here for like another 3-4 years and stuff. Like, what am I doing here right now? But just one of those like brother sister adventures and stuff. But so anyways, fast forward 14 years old going into high school and stuff. Yeah, it was different because it's what you would expect school to be. Like I know a lot of people, I guess like for my experience, and it could be different for others depending on what school you're going to. But I know for me, it was just another day at school, like it was. And I remember one of my friends, and that's one thing where it's like, don't listen, because if you got one of them like over dramatic friends, like I remember one of my friends, him telling me that like the homework in high school, it's like the size of like of a phone book. Go look up a phone book and look how thick a phone book was and stuff. But yeah, he was saying like how like much homework and all this stuff that you got to do. And I'm sitting here thinking like, dang, bro, high school is going to be difficult. When I got into it, it was literally like it's a step up from middle school. It's like, that's pretty much what everybody should be calling it. But no, they just overall make it sound like high school is the scariest thing of all time. But it's really not. Like, it's honestly, it's not. I remember the first day they just kind of had us like going from these like, so they had like a first day like freshman thing going on. And they may still do that, or they may just have it now where it's set up where it's like, hey, just go to your classes. You guys ain't gonna get no like special invitation. Well, with us, yeah, we did get like a little special invitation. So they had us in the gym the whole day. We're just, sitting around talking, chatting, having fun. Like that's like gonna be like one of the last like fun days unless you guys do like some like ghetto carnival. I'll talk on that at some point in time. But so anyways, so yeah, they just had us sitting in the gym. They were just kind of going over what like high school is and stuff, and talking, having us talk to the principal. So it was like an assembly pretty much, and all day assembly at that. So yeah, you're just sitting on bleachers nonstop, butts hurting because we had like these wooden bleachers. We didn't have like no like soft bleachers. Like they had like some padding on it. And no, it's just a straight just wood. And if you're a small person like me, like, and you kind of skinny and like it's that stuff is gonna hurt and things. I'm like, dang, bro, can we get up and walk around, do something? So we did do that at one point. They were showing us like all these different like parts of the school. I think they showed us the football field. They showed us some other things. We were walking around, and then at some point in time, I got lost. So there were some friends that were a grade older than me and stuff that was like we went to the same middle school, and I seen them, and I was just chilling with them and stuff because I'm like, okay, well, it ain't like I'm gonna get in trouble. It's like I'm, if I do get in trouble and things, I'm like, okay, well, I got lost. I'm like, you gotta understand the school is big. Like my middle school, it was like relatively big, but like the high school, it was about like almost like twice the size of my middle school and stuff. So yeah, it was crazy and things, but no, I was like, okay, well, if I'm just gonna chill. I'm like, I honestly, I kid you guys not, anytime when I get lost somewhere, I just chill, okay? Like, I feel like that's the best thing to do rather than panicking, running around, screaming and yelling at everybody, talk about, oh my God, I'm lost, I don't know what to do, I don't know where. You just gotta sit down, chill, and relax. And that's what I did. Seen some old friends, chilled with them, and it was like, all right, I'm just this, because this is overall what I'm gonna be doing. All this walking around stuff. I know I ain't gonna be doing this every single day and things for, for my freshman year or for any year of high school, but then there was a kid from like the freshman group. He came like running back, got me. And then we ended up going back to the assemblies or back into the gym, sitting in there, all hours throughout the day and stuff. And then then eventually I think they had no choice but to just let us go home and stuff, because it was like they didn't even like have us go to any classes. So it was kind of just like a orientation type thing, right? And then the next day, I believe, that's when they had it where we got our schedule, went to our classes. So I feel like technically that's like your first day also, because like the orientation is just like, they just telling you how it is being a freshman, got some guest speakers, which is the assistant principal and the principal. And then, then after that, it's like, it's just, it's chilled, it's, over with. And then the next day, that's when it's like when they got you going to your classes. And you meeting the teachers for the first time. You may have a crazy teacher. You may have a cool teacher and stuff. Definitely recommend staying away from the crazy teachers. I can tell you guys right now, when it came to some teachers my freshman year in high school, it's like you gotta like ask that question, because like I have some friends that do like teaching stuff. Like there was one of my friends that I went to school with her, where she did like some teaching overseas, and then it was another friend of mine that I met through Twitch streaming. She teaches like kids and stuff, and it's like, I know you guys are chill. You guys don't come off as the type where it's like y'all are like, yelling at kids for no reason, making like their school experience just, unnecessarily stressing or stressful and stuff. But yeah, there were some teachers. I remember there was my math teacher, I remember in my freshman year of high school, where she had to like throw it out there that she was a military person and she don't play. And it's like, fam, you're dealing with 14-year-old kids. All we do is play. We play around. Like, we're getting out of our, like, kid era, but we still got, like, the kid in us. We still are kids. Everybody in high school is a kid and stuff. So, like, my thing is this. If you're underage, you're a child, okay? I don't care if you're like if you was born on at midnight and it's 11:59, in my eyes you have 60 seconds left to be a child. But from that point, be like before you're 18 and under, or 17 and under, you are a child. Okay, so that's why when like teachers, when they give you that whole spiel where it's like, you know, you guys need to start acting like young adults, and she did definitely said that a couple of times, and it's like, fam, no. Like, and it's funny because then they'll turn around and they'll be in like some, you know, guest speaking situation, be talking to a bunch of kids and be all like, enjoy your kid years. That's what we're doing. Like, I'm telling you, that math teacher, she was confusing at times. Me and her, we definitely had some run-ins. There were some other teachers where I was like, man, like, what, why did y'all give me classes like this? And then, but you also realize though, like, classes do kind of get a little bit better. In my opinion, I felt like classes definitely did get better when I got into high school, because gym was like, they actually had you doing some gym stuff. And that was like my favorite thing about high school, was that it wasn't like no like kid or like, because I mean like gym in middle school, I remember it was okay. It was chill. But I had to say that I enjoyed my experience, my gym experience more in high school, because like the classes, I passed gym every year. I don't know if that's just me overall being athletic or just gym was just easy, but I mean the first gym class that they gave me was walking and fitness, you know, and it's like walking and fitness, all you have to do, and I'm like, and this was in the time and era where like kids, well, at least guys, we would wear like our gym clothes underneath, so all I just had to do was just, you know, if it was hot outside, just take my jacket off, get my, you know, take my pants off because I had my shorts on underneath and stuff, and then I was good. And I'm like, okay, that's all I need to put that stuff in my backpack, and I'm chilling and things. And so they had it where it was like, you know, the one thing I remember, like, but the kid that I remember I shared lockers with, he was chilled, you know. I think that was like the one time I only had to do that, but no, he was chill. I didn't have to worry about him. He was a quiet kid. He wasn't one of those kids where it's like you couldn't really trust him, because I definitely have been like, no, I don't trust my locker partner and stuff. He seems like he's up to no good. I had carried my stuff with me at all times. I had been working out with my backpack and things right there beside me if I did not trust my locker partner and stuff. But no, so they had me in walking and fitness. Walking and fitness was literally just going on the track, walking and stuff. And then the funny thing is like, you know, because I remember me and some friends, we got to the point where we were tired of walking. We was like, no, we want to jog. So we would jog a little bit around the track. And I'm like, you don't fail us for like overworking? Like, I don't think it's gonna work like that. I don't think, you know, a lot of people are going to understand. It's like you failed a kid because he wanted to do more than walking. Like, I can understand if he wanted to do less than walking, and it's like, what are you doing, just standing there? I'm like, yeah, you failed that kid, but a kid that wants to, like, you know, overachieve or something, I don't think that should be an issue, especially in school. I don't think that should be an issue and stuff. But anyways, and then afterwards, I remember it was the second semester, they put me in weight training, and weight training, that was my class. I remember I was all like, because no, when they always asked me about electives, I was like, look, I don't care what classes you give me, I want weight training as my PE class. I'm like, there's all those options. I'm like, and there were some years where they did put me in like different classes and things, but I'm like, no, weight training. I'm like, I want weight training again. I'm like, the other classes are okay, but I want weight training. And it got to the point, I think my senior year, I don't even think I had any PE classes my senior year, because I was like, I had got all my PE credits and stuff. So yeah, that's one thing that I want to tell you guys, especially, you know, like for your freshman year in high school and stuff. Like, even though this was supposed to be like a first day of your freshman year in high school, I do want to kind of give you some long-term advice for any, like, you know, freshmen now or next year when you're going to become a freshman. Pass all of your classes. There were kids that I went to school with that was failing all their classes. all F's. I'm like, do not go into school with that type of energy. If you got to, like, no, that's just overall the motivation I want to put in you guys. Y'all got to do some summer work. You know, you just kind of learning things and stuff. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, no, high school, it was hard for me. You know, yeah, there were at times where I had to go to credit retrieval because there were classes that I failed and stuff. So that's why I'm passing off this advice to you guys so y'all don't have to do credit retrieval. You ain't in a situation like how I was where, you know, you get a laptop for Christmas, but no, you can't even enjoy it because you gotta go to credit retrieval, and that's the worst. So yeah, make sure you pass all your classes freshman year, show up to your classes, don't be late, don't have phones out, because you're gonna have those teachers, even if it's the last 2 minutes of class, still wait until you get out in the hallway and then have your phones out and stuff. But if you go to a school where they are like, oh, no phones are allowed, then just go to the bathroom. Just say, hey, my stomach hurts, I gotta go, or, you know, I gotta go pee real quick, whatever the situation is, and then just go on your phone. It's, you know, I'm on, like, because the funny thing is like, everybody uses their phone when they're in the bathroom and stuff, depending on what you're doing and things. It just, yeah, well, if you're doing one thing, if you're doing the other, if you're a guy and you're doing the number one and you use it, that's just weird. It's like, bruh, just go do. But if you, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever, I'm trying to think. If there was, my stomach was really hurting if I ever did use the school bathroom, but I can't remember if I did or not. But anyways, but yeah. Overall, you know, your first day of high school, it should be chilled, you know, so just go in there, don't be nervous. I mean, everybody's gonna be kind of nervous, but yeah, you know, it's like, it's gonna be okay, trust me on that. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you're viewing this on a podcast sharing service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.